is it that women continue to get more and more beautiful, but their confidence is dwindling? I've had this realization within the past few years that I see so many beautiful faces and beautiful bodies, but I don't see many beautiful souls. And I think that we have this addiction to fixing our appearance, to fixing our looks, but not many of us are willing to fix our internal, our personalities, our patterns, our bad habits. And so today I really want to dive deep into why we have this generation of women that look so beautiful and that radiate so much beauty. But when you talk to them or when you sit down with them, you realize that they are not confident, that they lack boldness, that they don't really have a strong foundation under all of that beauty. So I want to just start by saying there is nothing wrong with fixing your appearance. I myself have makeup on right now, my hair is done, I'm in a cute dress, I'm wearing jewelry, and as a woman, I think it is very important to look your best. I've said this in many videos that men are visual creatures, and your appearance makes a big difference in how you're perceived. And there are so many studies that show that people who are perceived as being more beautiful not only get more opportunities, but they're actually paid more. All in all, their lives end up being a lot better. So unfortunately, it's just a random draw. Some people are going to be born with it. Some are going to have to try harder. And at the end of the day, I think that we really need, as a society, to pinpoint what true beauty is, because nowadays I see so many beautiful people, but they're empty. They don't have much depth. They don't have much substance. And some of them make their looks their entire identity. And then you start to wonder, well, what happens when this look fades? What happens when wrinkles form? What happens when you have a child and your body doesn't look the same? What happens when you get a sunspot? Are you then going to lose your identity? Are you then going to lose that one thing that your whole identity is based on? So I really want you to look at yourself as this pie. And looks is just one piece of the pie. Even when it comes to men and how they perceive you, your looks are only going to be one piece of the pie. If you're lacking confidence, if you're lacking knowledge, if you're lacking experience, if you're lacking morality, then no look, no good look, no appearance can fix that. So I want you to be just as obsessed with your outer glow up as you are with your inner glow up. What habits do you harbor that don't serve you? Is it criticizing others? Is it judging others? Is it partaking in substances? Is it self-sabotaging yourself, or maybe speaking down on yourself? Why is it that nowadays when I compliment a woman, instead of her first response being, "Thank you," instead it's her nitpicking herself. It's her undermining herself. Why is it that we can't even take a compliment without turning it around and mentioning something that we don't love about ourselves? In this day and age, to love yourself is to be radically different. As someone who has never had plastic surgery, who has never had any injection, who has never even had any, laser facial, I can proudly say that I love myself, that I accept myself, even my flaws. And that doesn't mean that I don't have any. I overline my lips when I put my lipstick on. And I put filters on when I take selfies sometimes. So I'm not sitting here and saying that I'm just purely me and always myself, but I will tell you that at this point in my life, I am not willing to change myself externally. I am not willing to have a procedure. I am not willing to get Botox. I am not willing to get fillers because I accept my look wholeheartedly. And I am not going to be a woman who falls into that trap of following whatever trend is prevalent. Whether that's getting breast implants, whether that's getting a BBL, whether that's having huge puffer lips. I do not subscribe to this notion that every woman needs to look the same and have the same features in order to be considered beautiful. I know how trends work, and I know that 10 years ago, the mainstream idea of beauty was different. And 5 years ago, it was different. And in 10 years, it's going to be different. And I am not going to subject my body to some sort of procedure and be a little guinea pig so I can just follow the sheep and be one part of the herd and look like a clone of every other woman. I'm willing to be me. And in today's society, that is so rare, unfortunately. In today's society, to love yourself is to take a huge stance against what everything tells you, against what the media says, against what we're conditioned to believe, against what our own mothers and grandmothers said. There is something so powerful about being bold in who you are. And when you take a stance and say that I accept me, the flaws and all, I accept who I am, you pave the way for other women to do the same. When other women see you rocking your natural hair, they're like, wow, she looks beautiful. Maybe I can do that next time. When women see you shamelessly posting yourself on Instagram without makeup, they're like, wow, this girl can do it, then I can too. And this makes you a leader. Personally speaking, I want to be a leader. Not with my husband, of course. He's the leader of our marriage. But when it comes to being around other women, I want to be the leader. I want to be the role model. I want to be the one where other women are like, wow, you own your traits and your features, then I can too. You give me that courage to do the same. And it can be as simple as speaking up on what you believe in. Don't be that friend who just agrees with everyone else because you want to fit in. Be a leader. Stand out. Speak your truth. Standing up for what you believe in is a rare commodity nowadays. Don't be a yes woman who just says yes because your friend said it, or who just agree with your sister because you don't want to hurt her feelings. When my sister comes to me and is like, oh, I'm thinking of ordering these things, what do you think? I'm going to tell her, this outfit is trashy. It is not going to represent the classy, elegant lady that I know you are and that I know you want to appear to potential suitors. I'm not going to just sit here and feed her whatever lies that she wants to hear because I care about her. So I'm willing to stand up and tell her when something that she did wasn't right. When I hear that my friend went back home to a guy's place on the first date, I'm going to tell her, you shouldn't have done that. If you want to be perceived as a good lady, as a lady worth investing in, as a lady who is high quality, who is marriage material, you should not be doing that. And so I'm willing to actually speak up and say the hard things. That is beautiful. Beauty isn't just about having a symmetrical face and an hourglass figure. It's about saying the thing that needs to be said. It's about standing out among your friends and being that role model of loving yourself. The other thing that I think we have mixed beauty up with is what we can do. And I am the first to admit that I used to basically think that my worth was what I did. I thought that my worth was what I've achieved, what I've accomplished, what I've been able to make financially. And then I realized, no, my worth has nothing to do with any number. It doesn't matter how many followers I have. It doesn't matter what my bank account says. It doesn't matter how expensive the shoes I'm wearing. My worth is inherent and it's innate. It doesn't matter if I'm not wearing anything. It doesn't matter if I'm in the nicest outfit. It doesn't matter if I'm in the nicest car. It doesn't matter if I'm on the bus. My worth is always there. It's consistent. It's constant. It is who I am underneath all of that. And when you realize your invaluable worth as a woman, you become unstoppable and you become so attractive. I'm going to be completely honest. Back when I was single, I never had trouble dating, to be honest. And I wasn't the type of girl who was all made up going out. Yes, I get made up when I film videos for you guys because I want to look my best for you. But ask anyone. Back when I was single 6, 7, 8 years ago, I would go on dates without any makeup, with my hair just rocked natural, wearing sandals. And I got just as much men wanting to invest in me, wanting me to become their girlfriend, as a woman who did the nth degree. And it was because I had beauty that wasn't just external, but it was internal. It was standing up for what I believed in. It was having knowledge and intelligence. It was being a good person, being ethical, being morally just. It was having standards and boundaries. It didn't matter. I didn't have to be in heels to know what my standards were. I was going to uphold my standards regardless of what I was wearing. And that is beautiful. That is attractive. That is magnetic. And I think a lot of women lack that. A lot of women need the lash extensions and the hair highlights and the best blowout to know that they are valuable and worthy. If you don't know you're valuable and worthy, fresh thing out of the shower, first thing in the morning, you're not going to feel it and you're not going to know it regardless of what you wear, put on, regardless of what surgery you get. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. And actually, it will get much worse. Your confidence will dwindle the more you do these things to try to compensate. It really disheartens me when I'm around people who nitpick their every feature, who try to perfect their face and their look and all these things, and I look at them and I am like, you are so beautiful inside and out. If only you saw what I saw, you wouldn't spend another dollar trying to change it. You wouldn't spend another penny trying to change what your ancestors gave you. Instead, you would be embracing it. Instead, you would be becoming the brightest, most glowiest version of yourself without enhancing anything. When I go out, especially in Orange County, I feel this, to restaurants, it's like I'm looking at a clone. So many of the women look the same. The Kim Kardashian butt, the Kylie Jenner lips, the, hair extensions down to the booty. And it just makes me wonder, who is she? Who is this lady underneath all of that? Because she's not really being herself. She's just trying to replicate something she saw online or in a magazine. So what makes you think that she's really confident? What makes you think that she really has a voice and an opinion? What makes you think that she's actually doing the inner work and the healing to come to accept herself? And this is why sometimes you see that amazing guy who ended up with a woman who you think is average, who you think she's just like the girl next door. And I was actually having this conversation with my girlfriends a week ago when one of them was saying the good guys always end up with like the basic chick. She just wears jeans and a white tee. She doesn't really put much makeup on. Like, why is that? And I answered, because she doesn't need anything. She doesn't need to put on a front. She doesn't need a dress and the most elaborate makeup to be beautiful. She already knows she is. And that is just revolutionary. As a woman, when you understand that you are beautiful with or without, that you are beautiful without the makeup and with, that you are beautiful in the white tee as well as with the nice dress, then you truly become magnetic. You truly become attractive, because men want to be with the woman who is beautiful through and through. She's not beautiful because of a surgery. She's not beautiful because of makeup. You can't even pinpoint what makes her beautiful. It's a compilation of all those things that combine to make her her. And so this is your sign to stop the face tuning, stop the editing, stop the filters. If you're used to wearing makeup all the time, go a day without it. Stop associating yourself with all of these external things, because at the end of the day, what exists beyond all of that is you. And that stays the same. That stays, the essence is the same regardless of what's slapped on top of it. Stop thinking you are your net worth, you are your follower count, you are, what other people say you are, and start realizing that you are everything that there is. You are God's creation. You are perfect. You can simply stand out by being different, by loving yourself, by accepting yourself, by not looking like every other girl online. So really tune in to your beauty and understand that your beauty is so much more than the external. It's so much more than what meets the eye. And yes, looks matter. Men will care about your appearance, but they also care about the interior. about the personality, about the morals, about the values, about the way that you show up and the way that you shine and the way that you boldly stand up for what you believe in. And that is what makes you attractive. So I hope that this video is inspiring you to just feel more beautiful and to radiate your best self. I love you guys so much. I notice your beauty, I see your beauty, and I hope that you do too. I'll see you guys very soon. Make sure to subscribe before you head out, and I hope you have a blessed day. Bye.